and away we go.
Hello, and thank you for joining me on another one of my tech series videos. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Dimitri and I'm an American expat living in the Philippines. I always had a lot of passion for technology, and here I'm going to share some of that with you. If you find this video entertaining and informative, please don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel. And now, please sit back, relax, and enjoy this episode about my immersion into tech as the time-lapse traveler. Hello and welcome to another electric scooter review. This time I'm reviewing the brand new Ezewheels Viper. It's what I would consider a mid-range scooter, since when it comes to the basic specs, it comes right in between a real lightweight entry-level scooter, such as my own personal Xiaomi M365, and something like the Viper Fold, an absolute beast of an electric scooter, both of which I've reviewed in my previous videos. What really sets this apart though from a typical mid-range scooter is that while it's at a very reasonable price point of 35,000 pesos, the rest of the specs are what you would normally find in a much higher end electric scooter. Things like the 1000 watt motor, 40 kilometer range when blasting through the streets in full power mode, in real life tests mind you, and not just according to what the manufacturer claims. This is thanks to the massive 18 amp battery which provides all the go power. That does add to the total weight however, but at 23 kilograms or just over 50 pounds, this scooter is still quite manageable and keeps an easy to handle form factor without feeling like you're driving a truck. The folding mechanism here is actually the best I've ever seen, and I've seen a bunch so far. They all have their quirks, their ups and downs. The good thing about it is that it's really sturdy and really easy at the same time. Basically all you have to do is just pull up on this ring over here, which is really easy with just one finger, and then once this lever is down, then push this whole lever down and then wait until this mechanism over here clicks in. Boom, done. That's it. That's all there is to it. And then this thing is definitely heavier than my scooter, but it's still very much possible to lift with just one arm. So it's really not so bad. And then to open it again, just push down on this lever right here. It's held down by a spring. You can just do it with one hand like that. Raise it up. And then when it's all the way up, raise this lever back up. Pull on the ring again, and then until this clicks in. That's it, done. This is actually the first time that I'm using this mechanism, and it's so easy. Really, really nice, super convenient. I love it. Plus, it also looks really reliable, so that when the thing is opened up, the stem seems pretty sturdy. And overall, I think it's one of the better features of any scooter that I've tried out so far. Another premium feature that you don't often get from a scooter at this price range is a dual disc brake and a dual suspension system. When coupled together with the large inflatable grippy tires, you have a very comfortable ride on just about any kind of surface. I tried riding it on a grassy lawn with very bumpy terrain, and the scooter performed really well, especially when compared to my own Xiaomi scooter, which not only lacks any suspension, but also has much smaller tires. The difference in riding these two scooters is really like night and day. I really love how even though the price difference is less than double, you get at least double or more of the performance. Just for starters, we can compare the motor power. The Ezewheels Viper, as I mentioned, has 48 volts and 1000 watts compared to the 38 volts and 250 watts of power on the Xiaomi M365. This translates not only to a 40 km/h maximum speed on the Viper versus 25 on the Xiaomi, but also much better acceleration, especially when dealing with steep hills. With so much power comes the need of having powerful brakes, and the two disc brakes are considerably wider than the single rear disc brake that is on the Xiaomi scooter. When going on full power mode in real life tests, my own scooter gives up from starting at a full charge to dying out completely in about 15 to 17 kilometers, because the 7,800 milliamp hour battery doesn't even come close to the 18,000 milliamp hour battery that will take you to about 40 kilometers in real world tests.
The edge doesn't sound so nice.
Like I mentioned earlier, these are approaching the kinds of numbers that you would get from a much more expensive and heavier electric scooter. If I thought that my Xiaomi M365 scooter was a good value for a reasonable performance that you get out of it, then this Ezewheels Viper totally blows it out of the water across the board according to every metric you can use to measure what you can get out of these scooters. These streets don't show you the darkest side of getting around in Metro Manila, but as anyone who ever tried to reach from point A to point B in the city knows the horrible traffic that is a standard feature for all commuters. For this reason, a scooter like this is an absolute best way to travel and avoid the worst parts of congestion that even a gas-powered bike is going to be stuck in. One thing that you want to have is a sleek and narrow vehicle, which is where these scooters really excel in. If you look through some of my other videos, I'm sure you will find some very good examples of just how much of a benefit it is to use an electric scooter for transportation. Besides the convenience, another great thing about owning a scooter like this is helping to lower the overall carbon footprint that we all contribute to. Using a portable electric vehicle for transportation instead of a gasoline-powered one, it's a good feeling to know that you will take part in helping to move away from the use of fossil fuels, at least in some small way.
It's over. My grip is over. Over. It's over. My grip is over.
I want to emphasize here just how easy and convenient the folding mechanism works here, especially compared to literally every other electric scooter I ever tried. While it's always at least a somewhat cumbersome and time-consuming process, here it's really as simple as it can get without sacrificing how stable and reliable it is. That really adds a lot to the great portability of this little powerhouse, so you don't have to think twice about folding it up and taking it wherever you need to go.
Another small but worthwhile feature that I wanted to mention about this scooter is that unlike some other big scooters or the more powerful ones, the accelerator on this one is very responsive, but not overly so, meaning that you have very good control of it. There are times actually when you want to go nice and slow, like for example when you're around a lot of people, or when you just want to have like a really nice slow steady control of the movement of your scooter. A lot of other scooters, if you press on the accelerator even a little bit, you just peel out right away and you don't really have a good soft control of it, if you know what I mean. Like that's one of the things that I always enjoyed about my Xiaomi scooter. If I want to go really nice and slow, I can. And this scooter is almost about the same, meaning that when going around a lot of people, unless you want to just walk next to your scooter, you can actually just ride it really slowly if that's what you need to do. So that's another element about this scooter that kind of stood out to me when I was riding it. So my final thoughts on the scooter. In my opinion, it did extremely well. I mean, holy crap. Considering the performance you get versus the cost and the very reasonable weight, I don't think I could have asked for any feature that this electric scooter doesn't already have. With its large inflated wheels, fantastic brakes, smooth and well-balanced suspension, a nice and wide platform, which I quickly learned to appreciate because you can really keep both of your feet comfortably next to each other. It's almost big enough to dance on it. A large high-capacity battery with enough juice for 45 kilometers on full power mode. Conversely, you can get between 60 to 70 kilometers range on low power mode. This powerful motor will propel you along any surface you're riding on at great speed while maintaining full control. With all of this power, it's still reasonably easy to pick it up, so even if you need to carry it up and down the stairs, that shouldn't be too much of an issue. Of course, that's not something you want to be doing all the time though. Overall, in my opinion, I can consider this as close to perfect of an electric scooter as you can buy right now without spending a small fortune. All of the movable components, including the handlebars, the stem, the brakes, and the kickstand, feel really sturdy and well put together, so it seems like this thing should be able to survive the test of time for quite a while. So if you're planning to get it for an everyday commute, for running errands, or whatever else floats your boat, it should be just fine, pretty much any need. To wrap it up, from my experience, once you start reaching for a higher spec model, you'll be hit with the law of diminishing returns. That means that you'll be spending a lot more, but you're not going to get as much out of it. On the other hand, this scooter offers the very best power and performance that most people should be very happy with, unless of course you're planning on a cross-country tour. Great. Another feature actually before we go I wanted to show is this key over here. Other scooters that have like a key mechanism that you have to actually insert a physical key to start it, it ends up dangling from the handlebar and it's super annoying. You don't want to deal with that. But here, you don't even notice that there's a key inside. Boom, there it is. This is super convenient. I just love it. So in order to start up the scooter, you have to insert this in here and twist it. And there's no dangling. It's a nice soft rubber. And just not going to get in the way, but you can get the peace of mind and security out of it. And so this concludes my review of the Ezewheels Viper electric scooter. I really hope that you've enjoyed this video. If you did, then please don't forget to smash that like button and check the bell icon to be notified of my upcoming releases. Please take care of yourselves and each other, and always stay tuned for more exciting videos coming at you from the Time-Lapse Traveler.